The koalas are certainly one of the most famous animals in Australia. Moreover, as native Aussie, they are one of the most unique creatures in the world. Koalas have become popular all over the world, and there are a few basic things that people may not know about this unique and beloved mammal. They are now endangered in the NSW. Here are 10 interesting facts about koalas. Koalas are not bears, they are marsupials. The term koala bear will also throw at you when you talk about these fluffy animals. Although they look like bears with rounded ears and a large black nose, they actually share more features with other marsupials like wombat. They have the ability to live in southeastern and eastern Australia. Koalas are a national symbol of Australia's unique wildlife, found only along the coasts of southeastern and eastern Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, South Australia, and Victoria. They usually live in native bushlands and forest eucalyptus trees, which are usually located between the branches of the tree. They have a very supportive back. Living in trees and tying between rough branches requires a lot of support. Fortunately, koala has strong cartilage at the end of their curved spine, which allows them to make eucalyptus trees a comfortable home. Koalas can eat eucalyptus leaves up to 1 kilogram a day. Concerns about eucalyptus are toxic to many animals. Their special fiber digesting organ, called sesame, helps to remove the chemicals in the leaves. However, they may also eat less than 50 of the more than 700 species of eucalyptus. Koalas consider as picky eaters. Even so, they will often choose the leaves on top of the tallest trees that contain the most liquid and nutrients. Only the best for koala in Australia. Koala is thought to mean no drink in the Australian Aboriginal language. People think that koala will not need to drink because of the moisture that comes from squeezing on the juicy eucalyptus leaves throughout the day. However, they drink from a variety of water sources when needed, especially during heat waves and droughts. Koalas lose their homes due to excessive logging. Many koala populations have nowhere to go when deforestation destroys forest habitats. Over the past 2 years, deforestation in New South Wales has tripled, and important koala habitats have been incredibly fragmented or completely lost. With the disappearance of their trees, the koala spends most of its time on the ground in search of food and shelter. Sadly, this increases their risk of being hit by vehicles, being attacked by dogs, and suffering from stress-related illnesses such as chlamydia. Unfortunately, the number of koalas is declining. Sadly, the number of koalas is declining. Their numbers are declining every year due to deforestation and various disease. Australia has devastated by the most devastating, unprecedented bushfire season the country has ever seen. Tragically, nearly 3 billion animals have killed that were not found anywhere else in the world. Many Australian species that struggle like our koalas are now on the verge of extinction. The better thing is that there is hope to turn this around. Deforestation and koalas. About 80% of Australia's eucalyptus forests have removed from European settlements. Almost none of the remaining 20% has preserved, and most take place on private land. Farmers prefer the rich fertile lands on the east coast to their farms and urban development. Unfortunately, the majority of koalas already live because they prefer trees in the same fertile soil. How forest habitat destruction affects koalas. Eucalyptus deforestation affects all wildlife, including koalas, by increasing human barriers, hunger, traffic injury or death. Injuries or deaths from dogs and cats. Effective entry of garden pesticides into waterways. The congestion. Increased competition for food and land. Increasing the stress on animals increases their risk of disease. Koala populations occur only if there are suitable habitats. The two most important factors that make a habitat suitable are koalas, usually eucalyptus, but some non-eucalyptus, preferred tree species that grow in specialized associations in suitable soils with adequate rainfall. Existence of other koalas. Research shows that the socially stable koala population occurs only when the primary, or favorite, tree species are present. Even if the selection of tree species used by koalas takes place within an area, it will not support a koala population, or at least the koala population will not use it unless there are one or two favorite species. Abandonment of major species by planting trees to restore koala habitat is also a waste of time and effort. Research shows that the selection of tree species by koalas affects the social structure of the population and the maintenance of the individual koala housing range within the population. A better understanding of koala behavior is a very important factor in identifying suitable koala habitats. Such factors should need to take into account when planning for future safety and management of koala habitats. Koalas live in societies same as humans, so they need to also able to interact with other koalas. Therefore, they should have a large number of suitable eucalyptus forests to support a healthy koala population. It is also important to understand the relationship between a koala and its environment. Koalas can rely on their stress to provide them with food, shelter, and a place to interact with other koalas. When they move out of their habitat for a new road, homestead, or farm, it is an extremely confusing and stressful experience for the koalas. If they survive, finding a new home will also have its problems. If the area is already built up, koalas then will expose to hazards, such as car, dog attacks, and swimming pools. If they cannot access a safe place in a habitat large enough to support a koala colony, they count their days as suburban koalas. Scientists have found that colostrum sufferers are more prone to these problems and have lower fertility rates.